I haven't bought any comic books in a month and a half, I think. And it shows because this is the second time I've had to record this video. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome. And like I said in the intro, I haven't bought a book since August 12th. And the date that I made this purchase was September 28th. So we're talking about a month and a half. In that time, I've just really couldn't find anything that I wanted to spend the money on. I went to a professional conference for a week, and when I got back from the conference, I tested positive for COVID. So that brings us to right here. And just to show you how rusty I am, I recorded the video already. And if you've seen my channel before, you know how I usually do things. I literally open the package right here on the screen. I don't even pre-open it. I literally open it from the completely sealed position. And I did that. I went through everything, all the books and all the bullshit. And when I went to pull the audio file, it was not there. So I don't know what happened, but this is going to be a quicker one. And we'll just get right into it. So this is a rare one for me. This is a 100% DC less one book. Most of the time it's been Marvel because, let's face it, it's mostly Marvel that is selling right now because Marvel's the one that's doing all the movies. Marvel's the one that's doing all the TV shows. DC, who the hell knows what's going on over there. But I did find a few books that were random, which I like. And again, you don't always have to chase the whales, and you don't always have to chase the grails. That's why my hashtag says, it's your collection. Collect what you want. Don't do what other people are doing, Like, if you like something, go get it. So, for instance, I got this. Dragonlance #1. This is from the adaptation of the Advanced Dungeons & Dragons game, which, as a kid, I used to play. So this one was listed as very fine. I'm not too fond of... Oh, by the way, this is from newcadia.com. And obviously, if you watch my videos in the past, you'll know that when they say something is very fine plus, I knock it down a grade or two in my mind because, and we'll get to this in a little bit, you'll see that nothing's ever as it says. So this book, right off the bat, you can see here, you have an indented staple. So that's #1. Then we have, you can see all this, all that spine damage. So that is pretty bad. But for a book that's from 1987, 88, this has some awesome white pages. Now, I'm hoping that it'll come through on this, from the camera, but these pages are super white. And the pages are nice and clean, the edges, the corners, everything. So happy with that for the most part. Especially considering I paid $4.88 for it. So nothing too terrible there. Next book up is an interesting one. I've never seen this before, but Speed Racer #1 from the 1987 Now series. This one, this one was rated a 6 out of 8 on the cover being clean. Now, 6 out of 8, it basically says yes. Is the cover clean? Yes. It doesn't say no dirty. It doesn't say, some staining or whatever. But when I got it, oh my God, look at all of that. That's crazy. That's just crazy, Other than that, again, another book from the, late 80s. The colors on this pop. The pages are super white. So in that regard, you can't complain. The corners are sharp. There's a little bit of damage to the spine. But again, when you're talking about a black book, every little thing is going to show up. So, could it have been a little bit better descriptor saying how badly it was dirty? Yeah, of course it could. But, this is what you get when you shop online at stores that don't give you pictures even for like $800 books. Next up, that book cost me $4.68. So again, nothing crazy. Next book up, this is something I've been looking for a while. Question number 1 from the 1987 series. This is the first solo series for the question, who I've always found fascinating because I'm a child of the 80s. And, I've seen Justice League Unlimited a ton of times. And the question was always a crazy character, but it was always cool. And again, like for a book that's so old to be this white, to have this much white, sharp white color, or like sharp color and white pages the way that it does, it's amazing. Again, it's a black book, so you're gonna have issues like these dents that come up that they're always going to break color because it's a black book. But overall, for a very fine plus, I can't complain. And this one cost $365. So for the prices, you have to kind of weigh the price versus what you're getting. So even if you are disappointed, if you're getting it at a really good price, sometimes you can swallow it. Next book up is something that I've never even heard of until I found it. This is called Gem, Son of Saturn, number 1, and this is a newsstand edition. And they say it's a near mint minus, but there's enough issues on here to say, yeah, not even close. First issue. See if I can get it. The staple placement on this is just horrible. This top one is okay, but you can see, a little bit of, damage there to the top spine, to the top staple. A couple spine breaks, spine ticks. You have some, it's a little bit rolled, not really too much of a roll, but enough that you're going to get the front cover is a little bit folded over. But another one, this is from 1984. I did this on the original take of the video too. I was like, where the hell is the year? It literally says right here, September 84. But for a book that's so old to have, white pages the way that it does and the sharp colors still, that's great. It's rare. And, it is what it is. This is actually, it's weird because this is a quote-unquote friend of John Jones, the Martian Manhunter. And he's in a similar situation. The way that Martian Manhunter came from Mars and they had the white and the green Martians, on Saturn, they have different color Saturnians, apparently, from the little bit that I read. But I was like, okay, well, maybe eventually we'll see something with him in there, whether it's in a comic or if it's in, the movies or whatever. Just seems like a cool character. Next up this is just purely because it was a good deal. This is Blue Beetle number 13 from the 2006, the 1986 series. This is the first full appearance of, can't remember the guy's name, Indestructible Man. And again, for a book from, the late 80s to have really decently white pages and colors that pop, really good. There's a little bit of something on the top of the cover. I have no idea what that is. If it's just color rub, or if it's just the way that the cover was printed. But you have some issues, like you can see. I don't know the angle. There's a right there. You can see there's a dent. The back is pretty clean. I mean, this is rated as a near mint minus. And, if it's not for that top portion, I would probably say that this is mostly a near mint minus except for this part down here. And you can see down here, there's that, the overhang of the bottom cover gives it a little bit of a fold. But it doesn't look like it's color breaking, so that should be able to press out, and that'll make it all better a little bit. And then the final books we have are from the Milestone universe. I've always been a big fan of the Milestone universe because it was different. I always liked Icon. And with Icon came, Static and hardware. And this is sealed in the bag. So I can't really tell what the hell condition it's in because you can see everything on the sides, both sides, left and right, front and back. There's no way to see what's in there, so you can't really tell the condition of that. And then I picked up that one. Oh wait, go back for a second. Gem cost me $2.32, and hardware cost me $4.08. Then I got Blood Syndicate. This is the collector's edition, still sealed in the bag, and again you can see there's printing all around, so you can't really tell what condition it's in. But it's Blood Syndicate. It's pretty rare from what I've been able to not find, at least. It's not like you have every store has 500 copies of it. And this one cost $2.80 because it was. I'm sorry, no, that one cost me $6.11. This one cost me $2.80. This is. Oh, this is interesting. This says this says collector's item. Okay, so this is the regular version, not the collector's edition. Out of the bag. And this is, Blood Syndicate, same difference. This one also has, why I say that these are issues with the grading, because let's look at this back cover. You have one giant ding right there. And then up here, you have another one that comes all the way across. So that's just right there. All you have to do is turn it over, and you can see, it breaks color. There's two folds. It's not good. And then you have on the back cover, let's see if I can get you a better look at this. You can see up here, maybe. Well, now you can see that there's fold up there. But here, there's a chunk, there's a little tear. So you probably couldn't see it very well, but there's a fold and a tear. So this says near mint, even dropping it down my expectation to, this says near mint minus. So even going to very fine, I wouldn't even consider this a VF, a fine VF, because of all the damage that there is. But another one, it's got really white pages. Corners are sharp, colors are there. What can you do? This is a risk, and this is the one that cost me frick. This one it cost me $2.80. So for $2.80, it's issue number 1, first appearance of the Blood Syndicate, first series, all that stuff. I was gonna have another video or another box to show from my comic shop, but for some reason UPS says that they were going to deliver it by today, even though it says that it's going to be delivered by the USPS, which says that they're going to deliver it tomorrow. So I have no idea what the hell's going on. I still may have it come today. Who knows? But, that's everything. Let me know in the comments if you have, weird things that you pick up whenever you find them, like the Dragon Lance or the Speed Racer or that Gem Son of Saturn, because it's just cool. And until next time, I will see you later.